Yes.
You guys ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Okay, hi everybody. So today I want to talk about all the things about sensors that were in smartphones.
Oh yeah.
Have you guys thought that, using smartphones, why is it called smartphones? It is called smartphones because it has all of the smart stuff in it, like all sorts of sensors we're going to be going through today. And you might think it's a little too mundane nowadays, but honestly, it's still pretty cool. Right, for the first sensor that we'll be going through is the proximity sensors. So, back in the day, we used phones. We don't have touch screens, right? So basically today, when we call, did you notice the screens will usually turn off? That's because there's a proximity sensor in there. And what it's for is to determine how close it is to your face, something like this, and to make sure that it turns the screen off so that you don't accidentally hang up on somebody you're talking to or press any buttons you don't want to. Next up is the accelerometer. As the name suggests, it's all about acceleration. So basically, your phone can track your movements and speed or how fast you're going. And also tracks your speed, not to mention your steps like this. So basically, I'm just walking. And one more thing it helps with the phone is that it helps the screen adjust and switches from landscape to portrait mode back and forth. Next, in help with the accelerometer is the gyroscope. Basically, what it does is help the accelerometer works in orientation. And probably the last thing about moving and stuff is the magnetometer. What does it do? It has something to do with magnets. So basically, when you turn up your phone, you use the compass app. It just tracks the magnetic field to wherever it is, mostly going north, south, east, or wherever you want to. Just so you don't get lost. And also, it allows you to use maps more efficiently because you know where you're heading or where you're facing towards. Another important thing of the magnetometer is also that you can use it for metal detector apps. Next up is the ambient light sensor. It is used to measure the amount of light in the area surrounding the device. So basically, if you leave your phone like that and it's very bright, like the phone is bright, but the room is dark, it'll just turn the lights down, thus saving battery life, especially when it's running low.
What's it called again?
Ambient light sensor.
Okay.
Next up is the moisture sensor. If you think about it, today's phones are pretty much all waterproof. But back in the day, they don't, right? So basically nowadays, when they have waterproof functions, they also have moisture sensor just because if water gets in your phone and you don't know it, it might go wrong. And you'll just have to spend, 30,000 baht on getting a new phone. The moisture sensors prevent that. And, right, moving on to the last one, it's basically the one we use every day and probably every time we turn on our phones. The biometric sensors. Things like fingerprint sensors and facial recognition can be counted as that. As we all know, it's used for security, although we kind of overlooked it nowadays. But it's still there for our privacy and safety. Also, facial recognition is just so basic, but then it's just a funny thing, but Apple just has to make it fancy, using something like Touch ID and Face ID. Just call it normal. You don't have to make it sound like fancy and stuff. I know Apple phones are fancy, but yeah. And that's pretty much it. Thank you everyone for listening and have a great day.